Hey,
Hi, how are you today?
I'm great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you practice basketball today?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So we had a good day, right? No rain today after 2 long days full of raining. Okay. So how was school? Was it a good day at school?
Yeah, I mean it was pretty good.
That's great. All right. Okay, so I think we can start with the lesson now. Uh, Last time we are working on Unit 18. We were working on Unit 18 and Lesson 70, right? So I have checked your exercise on the LMS of the post-class exercise for Lesson 70, but unfortunately I cannot find it. Have you finished with your exercise, the post-class exercise?
Uh, no, I'm like halfway there.
Okay. All right. So I know you are busy, but please spend some time to finish with the post-class exercise. Huh? It helps you to reinforce your knowledge and remember things better. Right. So I can see that you are just doing one exercise. Okay. Anyways, so now let's get started with the lesson today. The lesson today, we will continue with the topic about how we can challenge the fate. Lesson 71, we will practice the speaking today. Before we start, last time we learned many phrasal verbs start with get. Can you help me to remind which phrasal verb were they?
Uh, get going.
Mhm.
Get like get into.
Get into,
Uh,
mhm.
get through.
Get through. Okay, that's nice.
Uh,
Okay, it seems that you haven't reviewed very careful with the phrasal verb with get. Okay, please do spend some time for them as well. Okay, so anyways, now we can jump right into the lesson with a small exercise. So here I have a crossword. I want you to find 6 words in this crossword. So they are accept, choice, decision, opinion, problems, and rules. Now, 2 minutes for you to find all of them. Let's start, please. 2 minutes. Okay, so accept, choice, decisions. Good. What else? Where's problems and where's rules? Oh, you got a word problem right there. That's good. How about rules? You got it. All right. Well done, Yan. All 6 words. Wonderful. Wonderful. Right. Okay. So now let's go to our lesson today. But before that, could you help me to read them one more time before we move on?
right. Accept, choice, decision, opinion, problem, and rules.
Okay, that's good. All right. So now I want you to go with me to the lesson today. All right. So now today we learn something I call the third conditional. Right. So it is uh, maybe the last conditional if you count it correctly. And then for the speaking, we will learn how we can react to new ideas or to an idea. All right, grammar. Okay, so I want you to read the example 1 and 2, and then answer the question A, B, C, D by choosing yes or no. Okay, right now, please help me to do this one. Read out loud 1 and 2, and then yes or no.
Fiona wouldn't have gone to the chess club if she hadn't been desperate. If the family had stayed in Somalia, they could never have lived in safety.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So, yes. All correct answer. Well done, Nhân. So, 1 and 2, they are the example of the third conditional. The third conditional. All right. So, after these, I want you to help me to tell the rules of when do we use the third conditional and how do we use it correctly. Now, tell me, please.
Right. Wait. So, uh, wait, hold on. Can you read the question again? I didn't really
Mm,
process it.
Okay, so I want you to look at the sentence 1 and 2. They are
Um,
the examples of third conditional or if number 3. Right. I want you to tell me when do we use the third conditional and how do we use it correctly? Okay, 2 questions, huh? Now, please.
Uh, so the third conditional is to talk about like hypothetical things that happened in the past, like a possibility, almost the same like that, but in the it's in the past, and
Mm-hmm.
we use it to talk about something that uh, may or may not have happened in the past.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Let me help you. All right. You said quite correct. So now we use the third conditional to talk about an imaginary result of situation in the past that didn't happen. Okay. So we talk about something didn't happen in the past and the imaginary result of it. All right. So that's how we use the third conditional. So please help me to drag the word and phrase to complete the rules of using the third conditional, please. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Right. Let me help you to check. We use would. Uh-huh. So actually, hi, look at here. Fiona wouldn't have gone if she hadn't been. So if hadn't been, Here, it is the past perfect. If the family has stayed in Somalia. So this is the past perfect. And then they could never. So at the main phrase, we use could or would have with the past participle. Right? You can also use the modal verb or the word might with have with the past participle for the third conditional. Okay. Right. How to use and when do we use on the slide. Okay. Right. Please help me to read them again and then copy to your textbook.
Right.
Read out loud, please.
We we use the third conditional to talk about imaginary results of situations in the past that didn't happen. Uh, the form is if plus past perfect tense plus would or could or might have plus past participle, or would or could or might have plus past participle plus if plus past tense.
Okay. Right. Copy to your textbook the overall usage and how to use the the third conditional correctly. Right. Tell me when you finish it.
Yeah, I'm finished.
Okay. Right. Exercise time. Right. Sorry. It's still something left here. So you can say we have, would have, we have, might have, and also could have. So what are the differences between these three? You might think they are the same, but actually they are not. They have different meanings. They have different purpose when you use them. Right. The structure is the same. Structure is the same. But you used would to describe an imaginary situation in the past. Something's unreal in the past. All right. So you use with would. Look at example. You would have been bored if you hadn't met your friends. So here it means, oh, you weren't bored because you actually met your friend. All right. So this is an imaginary situation in the past only. And might. How about might? We use might have to make the result of the imaginary situation in the past less certain. Remember, less certain. Okay. So example, you might have got bored if you hadn't if you hadn't met your friend. So this is less certain than would. Would is certain, but might is just a possible. Right? And but it also imaginary, not real. Okay. How about could? Could have to describe an ability to do something that didn't happen. It is about your ability to do something, but it didn't happen. It wasn't real. Example, if I had worked longer hours, I could have earned more money. But actually, you didn't work longer hours. So as a result, you didn't earn more money. Okay. So that's the difference between would have, might have, and could have. Right, please copy them again. And then I want you to give me three examples. One for would have, one for might have, and one for could have. Okay. Right, let's copy them to your textbook, please.
Right.
Okay, after you finish, don't forget to give me 3 examples. Rồi, nhanh, finish.
Yep.
Okay. So now, can you give me an example with would have?
Alright. um. Uh. They would have. Uh. They would have been lost if there wasn't a guide.
Okay. How about could? Sorry. How about might have?
Uh. mm, she might
Might
have
have.
scored higher if she
Mm-hmm.
studied.
Okay, that's good. All right. How about could have?
That he could have passed the ball to his teammate, but he didn't.
Okay. All right. That is a very typical situation in sport. All right. Now, exercise time. I want you to match the sentence halves together, and then we will make a full sentence. Okay. Right. Please, let's do this with me. You got like 2 minutes. Okay. Now, 2 minutes to match them together, and then we'll check your answer. Please.
Uh, uh,
Okay. I saw that you finished. All right. Now, let's check your answer. All right. So, if I hadn't lost my phone,
Wait,
I
hold on.
wouldn't.
Actually, uh, I'm just gonna, yeah.
Okay.
Mm, there we go.
All right. Number two. Okay. Luckily that you changed the answer because now this is the correct one. All right. So, number three. Oh, this is good. All right. Number four. Might have. Okay. And number five, correct too. Good jobs. Now, please help me to read the answers keys one more time before we wrap up with the third conditional today.
All right. if I had, if I hadn't, if I hadn't lost my phone, I wouldn't have missed your call. If you had stayed for a coffee, you would have missed the bus. If everyone had come to the beach party, there could have been over 100 people. If you revised for the test, you might have got higher marks. If we'd moved out of town, we would have had to make new friends.
Mm, okay, that is good. All right. So now let's go to the wrap up. The third conditional. So it is one of the most important conditional. Okay, so we have three most important. The first, the second, and the third. The zero is very easy. I will not mention it. All right. So it talks about the imaginary result of an unreal situation in the past. Right. And also the structure. It always goes with the past perfect and then would, could, might, or have with the past participle. Don't forget would, could, and might. They have different meanings. They have different purpose. So don't forget to review them at home carefully. Okay. Now we shall go to the speaking. All right. Before we go to the speaking today, I want you to brainstorm and think. You are teenagers, right? Now you are a teenager. So I want you to think about what things are important for a teenager's life. Okay. So try to brainstorm in 3 minutes and then add some idea to this. I'll say like to this chart. Right. Now you got 3 minutes. Let's start now. Oh, education. Okay, you need to got the explanation on your on the reasons there. Entertainment. But what else?
Mhm.
Think about the reasons too. Right? Think about the reason too.
Eh,
Okay, you still got like 1 minute.
I think I got them all.
Okay. Right. Now, tell me, why you think it is love?
First of all, there are if you lots of a lots of kind of love from family love, friend, uh, teacher support, etc. And for a teenager, having love and support from everyone else really boost their mood and make them feel happy. On the other hand, a teenager without love, without any support, without anyone to help them, will be sad and uh, also kind of isolated since nobody
Oh,
uh, is near them, nobody's helping, giving them support, anything like that.
okay. Right. So love here, you mean love with for friends. love from teacher, love from parents, right? Not the kind of the
Yes.
romantic love, right? Okay, good. Well, yeah. So actually, it's not only for teens. None of us can live without love. Right? How about education? Why do you think it is education?
Nowadays, a lot of people get to be educated, but not all of them are taught the right way to do things. Not everyone have good teachers, a good school, and that really makes school kind of useless because school and education is meant to give students uh, lessons of different things like life subjects, different subject like math and science, but a bad environment does not provide as much as teenagers need. Yeah.
Okay, I agree with you. Teenager is at such an important stage in life that you need to invest on education. I agree. If you don't do well, if you don't do good with the education, it's very hard for you to be successful in the future. All right. Safe environment. This is an interesting idea. Tell me.
Hmm. All right. A safe environment, a good environment really affects the way that teenagers act. If good people revolve around teenagers, it will also turn them turn them into someone good. They'll make all the people that revolves around them look like a teen model, a role model. It also goes for the negative side as well. A bad environment will makes a will make a kid be lost, uh,
Mm,
not knowing what to do. No one will teach them, show them what to do, and when they go into society, they'll turn out to be very useless. Nobody wants them ever. So a good environment, uh, an environment have great impact on the kid's future.
mm. Okay, good. Safe environment. I love this idea. All right. Entertainment. Okay. Entertainment now.
Now, you see, uh, entertainment aren't as necessary as the one I've mentioned earlier, but uh, for myself, this is still a very necessary aspect for a teenager to grow up properly. Uh, when so in the human brain, we have two sides. The right side is for creativity. The left side is for logic and critical thinking. And
Mm,
when we get entertained, our brain will actually be creative, be taught a lot of fun things, and we can use them to do a lot of things. I've seen people get jobs, become famous people, just by making art, which is a part of creativity, making art, sculptures,
mm,
etc.
mm,
And there are also people who are game developers, game devs, and they made a lot of famous games as well because they've learned the good side of entertainment and turned it into something actually useful.
Okay. That's good. So you link between entertainment and how it can affect the career of a person. That's cool. All right. Now, I have some more idea. I can help you. All right. Now, I want you to listen to a speech of teenagers like you. He or she will mention about the 5 ideas he or she thought important for teenagers. Right? Now, I want you to listen and then number the ideas in the correct order. Okay, so let's get started.
Let me think. I guess money is a really important one. Without money, teenagers can't go anywhere or do anything.
I'd agree up to a point, but on the other hand, money can't buy everything. For instance, everyone needs love from the people around them. So I think support from family is more important than money.
Yes, you're probably right. And you need to have good friends, too. And sometimes they're just as important as your family.
Absolutely. I love my family a lot, but spending time with my friends is a big part of my life.
Yeah.
What about doing well at school? That's pretty important to teenagers. And they spend a lot of time worrying about schoolwork, exams, and things like that.
I'm not so sure. School is a big part of our daily lives, but some students don't seem to care about doing well. They don't study or revise for exams. They don't do homework.
Yeah, I agree actually. What do you think about playing sport? It's a massive thing for me, and teenagers are obsessed with it.
I think that's only true for some teenagers. It isn't true for me. I mean, I do some sport to stay healthy, but I don't really enjoy it. In actual fact, all of the other topics are much more important for me.
Really? That's interesting. But you're right. Not everyone loves playing sport.
Okay. Right. That's good, right? So they add money. Money, doing well at school, the same as education. Good friends, the same as love. Support from family, also love like you. Playing sport, entertainment. So they add one different thing from you, which is money, right? So do you agree about the money side?
I've seen people grown up and be successful with little to no money, but nowadays with all the political, uh, with all these wars and political change, I think that money can actually have a big impact on how kids grow up.
Hmm. Okay, all right, that's good. Yeah, we cannot deny the importance of money, right? Okay, so anyway, now here are some useful phrases you can use when you want to react to an idea. So when you want to add another ideas, you can use these three. The thing is, in actual fact. But on the other hand, when you agree, you can say with the voice go up. Absolutely. Yes, that makes sense. I agree with you up to a point. And when you want to disagree politely, you can say I'm not so sure. And I think that's the only true. So here are the usual phrase you can use when you speak. Right. I want you to listen again, but this time take in the phrase you hear from the conversation. So now let's start again.
Let me think. I guess money is a really important one. Without money, teenagers can't go anywhere or do anything.
I'd agree up to a point, but on the other hand, money can't buy everything. For instance, everyone needs love from the people around them. So I think support from family is more important than money.
Yes, you're probably right. And you need to have good friends, too. And sometimes they're just as important as your family.
Absolutely. I love my family a lot, but spending time with my friends is a big part of my life.
Yeah.
What about doing well at school? That's pretty important to teenagers. And they spend a lot of time worrying about schoolwork, exams, and things like that.
I'm not so sure. School is a big part of our daily lives, but some students don't seem to care about doing well. They don't study or revise for exams. They don't do homework.
Yeah, I agree actually. What do you think about playing sport? It's a massive thing for me, and teenagers are obsessed with it.
I think that's only true for some teenagers. It isn't true for me. I mean, I do some sport to stay healthy, but I don't really enjoy it. In actual fact, all of the other topics are much more important for me.
Really? That's interesting. But you're right. Not everyone loves playing sport.
Mm, Okay, right. So now let's move in. All right, so absolutely good. I agree. Ah, all right. So I don't think that I heard the phrase I think it's only true for. Okay. It it didn't in the it didn't appear in the recording. And also with this phrase, I don't think so. I heard this too. Right? So now you got one, two, three, four, five correct answer and two weren't there. Okay, so here we have the time to practice. So I have the questions one, two, three, four, five here. So I want you to react to this idea and then give the answer. Okay. So now I will give I will show you some sample. We can practice on that and then you will add your own idea with the rest. Okay. So let's take the number one. Ah, so I will be A, right? And you will be B. Let's practice the conversation together. I think it's impossible to stay happy all the time. I feel it's okay to be down at times.
Um, wait. Yes, that makes sense. We all have problems, and it's entirely natural for us to have negative emotions like sadness, anger, and frustration. We are emotional beings and experience many feelings daily.
Mm, absolutely. Okay. Now that's question one. Let's do ourselves for two, three, four, and five. Right. So let me raise first. If you could change one thing about your life, what would you change? Sorry, it's raining. Need to close the window a little bit. All right. So, what would you change?
Uh, I think that um, I would change the education environment I'm in.
Oh,
Yeah.
can you explain the reasons?
So the main reason, I used to study IB at an international school, but for some reason I was transferred out of it, and now I'm in a public school. It's not that the fact that the friends and the friends are bad, but it's kind of a teacher's problem. The education system it's not as great as mm, the elementary school. You know, I used to be in the international school, and they they like separated us into different English class based on our levels. But in public school, they don't do any of that. They just uh, cram all of us on one. They don't care about who's good and who's bad. And also the English exam and the English exam just kind of stays the same every year. Like they
Mm,
give you a little bit of grammar, which is absolutely like very easy because it's a public school. And yeah, they have some multiple choices,
mm, okay.
some
I
like
agree
read,
with
write,
you.
and answer. Yeah,
Yeah. So I agree with you up to the point that the English program as public school hasn't changed for a while, and they just focus on grammar teachings. But on the other
yeah,
hand, you know that when you study following the English program at public school, and then want to take you want to get into a public university in Vietnam, which are many variety of options. So it will be better for you because you know now how to do with the university entrance exam, and you can get a good score, right? But if you're planning to study at international university, yeah, I think it makes no sense for you to study that way.
absolutely. I agree with you. And yeah,
Mm. All right. So what will life be like in 50 years from now?
in 50 years from now, I believe that life will be very advanced because you see there are tons of scientists right now developing crazy technology for humans' life to be better. But, you see the most
Mm,
obvious one is Elon Musk. He has a company called SpaceX, and according to him, he's still working even though he had hundreds of $billion in to his name because he want human life to discover like we want us to we- he want us uh he want to find life on other planets to help our society develop.
mm. Okay. Well, I agree with you. That totally makes sense to me. Uh, but in actual fact, you know that 50 years is not a very long time, and it's very hard to expect maybe a major change in life. So I will take an example like the cure for cancer. I don't think like in the years in the next 50 years we can have something like that to 100% cure cancer for everyone. Just such a short time, and also the world now is full of complexities, full of conflicts. So maybe we will spend more time to to return the peace at some areas rather than focus on developing technologies or like medical equipment something.
I agree with you up to this, but one major subject that people have been looking at for the past 4 to 5 years is AI. It's absolutely absurd and crazy how AI have developed videos with very fake and obvious evidence that it's not real human. But now you see Sora AI has been going viral for making absolutely uh, real life looking, and it's almost identical. And me myself, sometimes I couldn't even identify which uh which is real, which is AI. And yeah, I think
Mm,
with that kind of development, 50 in 50 years we can at least do something major.
okay, right. That's good conversation. All right. So well done, Yan. Don't forget the third conditional to be reviewed, post-class exercise to be finished. Okay. All right. See you again next Thursday. right? Take care.